Breaking news, Tottenham step up pursuit of Antoine Semenyo despite £70 million price tag. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Spurs are now making advances towards landing an exciting winger who lit up the Premier League with his energetic displays last season. While most of the speculation over the last week has revolved around Tottenham's pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo, the Lily-Whites also seemingly have their eye on another top-class Premier League wide man. It had previously been reported that Spurs may replace their captain's son with Antoine Semenyo, who was one of the best players on show in the league last campaign, scoring 11 goals and providing 6 assists. Over recent weeks, some outlets have claimed that Tottenham have already done a lot of groundwork on a deal for Semenyo. According to reports, Spurs could face competition from Newcastle United for the Bournemouth winger, with Eddie Howe said to be a big fan of the Ghana international. Now Sky Sports have claimed that Tottenham Hotspur have stepped up their interest in landing Semeno this summer as Frank looks to put his imprint on the squad. The outlet backs up what we have heard from other sources by revealing that the Cherries want £70 million for the 25-year-old, but that asking price has seemingly not deterred Spurs. The news that Tottenham are pushing ahead with a move for the Bournemouth winger could be significant for the Lily-Whites' pursuit of Mbeumo. Several journalists have said over recent days Spurs have identified Semenyo as their #1 alternative for Mbeumo. This could thus be a sign that the Lily-Whites expect Manchester United to win the race for the Brentford star, and are thus making contingency plans. Tottenham Hotspur manager Thomas Frank has given the green light for Spurs to push to sign Manchester City winger Jack Grealish after the club held talks with his representatives, according to Football Transfers. Grealish's future at the Etihad Stadium is up in the air as it stands after he was left out of Pep Guardiola's Club World Cup squad in America. It's a telling sign that the England international could be heading through the exit door after a difficult 2024-2025 campaign. Frank greenlights Tottenham move for Grealish. Spurs have already held talks with his representatives. According to a report from Football Transfers, Frank has now given the green light for Tottenham to pursue a move to sign Manchester City winger Grealish. The English forward has emerged as a priority target for Spurs, and the North London club have already held talks with his representatives over a potential transfer. Grealish's lack of minutes during the 2024-2025 season tells you all you need to know about what Guardiola thinks of him at the moment. His production in front of goal hasn't been good enough for a side pushing to win the Premier League title, and it now seems like the ideal time for the two parties to go their separate ways. It will be interesting to see whether Grealish would be willing to take a pay cut at his next club, as it's difficult to envisage any Premier League side paying his wages after his recent form. A loan move with Man City paying some of his salary feels like the inevitable conclusion for Grealish. Xavi Simons makes Tottenham transfer stance clear as £60 million demand made. Netherlands international Xavi Simons has told RB Leipzig that he wishes to leave the club this summer, as rumours continue to circulate about a potential move to Tottenham. Reports on Sunday emerged that Spurs have a genuine interest in signing Simons, as Thomas Frank tries to strengthen his squad ahead of the 2025-26 season. Talks have not started and a bid hasn't been placed, but a move to North London could be one to watch in the near future. Simons has been at Leipzig since 2023, first on loan from Paris Saint-Germain, before making the £42.6 million permanent move in January 2025. Since arriving at the German side, the 22-year-old has scored 21 goals and provided 23 assists in 76 matches across all competitions. But Leipzig have just suffered their worst season since promotion to the Bundesliga in 2016, having finished 7th and failing to qualify for any European competition. Now, according to The Athletic, Simons has informed Leipzig that he would like to leave in the summer transfer window. The Dutchman believes that he has reached the end of his development at the Red Bull Arena. Leipzig, meanwhile, accept that this might be the right moment to sell Simons, who has 2 years left on his contract, but are determined to resist offers below £59.7 million. Speaking to Sky in Germany about his future in April, Simons said, "I'm still a young player, I have many dreams and the club knows that. But right now, the most important thing for me is to play well in the upcoming games. Tottenham are looking to bolster their squad after securing qualification for the Champions League. Fabrizio Romano has revealed what his sources are telling him about Tottenham's first transfer talks with new manager Thomas Frank. Since Thomas Frank arrived through the door in North London a few days ago, most of the transfer speculation involving Tottenham has revolved around their pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo. Spurs and Manchester United are battling for Mbeumo's signature, with the Lily-Whites hoping that the Frank factor could help persuade the 25-year-old to arrive in North London. However, Mbeumo is not the only B-star that Spurs have been linked with some sources over recent days claiming that Tottenham have also held internal discussions over a move for Wissa, who is allegedly valued at £40 million by Brentford. Meanwhile, it has also been suggested recently that Spurs may cash in on Richarlison to fund a move for Dibbling, who is expected to leave Southampton following their relegation from the Premier League. However, various sources have said that Tottenham face competition from Man City, Man United and Liverpool for Dibbling, thus complicating the transfer pursuit. Romano has now revealed that while both Wissa and the Southampton winger are on Spurs' wish list, the Lily-Whites have not made advances for either player. He hinted that the club's recruitment team will finalise their transfer objectives after meeting with Thomas Frank this week. When asked about the speculation linking the pair with a move to N17, he responded to Give Me Sport. Both are appreciated, but no concrete talks took place yet. An internal meeting with Thomas Frank will take place this week. It appears clear that Spurs are now fully focused on securing a deal for Mbeumo ahead of the new season. However, should they miss out on the Brentford star, it is not Dibbling that Tottenham are expected to turn to, but rather a more experienced Premier League winger. Various journalists have said over recent days that Tottenham will move for Antoine Semenyo if they fail to land Mbeumo. That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for our latest content. Be sure to give this video a like and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow the Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for tuning in, and as ever, come on you Spurs!